everybody, this is Bonnie and I'm coming to you today with a new series called Quick Tip Monday. So if you know, we have our clear mount stamps with the rubber. They're our clear mount, which they call photopolymer. Look like this, where you can see right directly through them. But then these are clear mount, where you have to put an image on them, and then you can see the image so you can see through what you're stamping, because it'd be more accurate than you could if you were using a wood mount stamp, which is even an older version, which I think we don't even have them anymore. I think the only thing they do come in is in the background stamps. But to mount your stamps, now Stampin' Up! Gives you directions right here on the side now of how to mount your stamps. I find that it's hard for me sometimes to mount them that way. So the first thing you want to do is just take all your stamps out. So I think we're going to do this tree. If you look, there's these little folds in this, and you would peel these off like this. So you got that peeled, and normally then you would peel this backing off, and then what you would do for Stampin' Up, how they tell you, is to line this up and put it down. But for some reason I don't always get it that way. This off, and you put this on here on your block. Oops. On your block like that, and because it's sticky, it sticks down on your block and you can see through now here. Then you bring your stamp in, your image in, and then you can line this up so much better. I want to get it a little closer to me so you guys will still be able to see, but I'll just be able to see it better. And then you can line this right up so that nothing is hanging off, and just put it down on the paper, onto the block. And now you could peel this up, and voila. I don't have any of that hangover that I usually always have hanging over it. I'll show you with this one, the little image, and this may even not even be little enough for me. Sometimes I'm talking like this or the words, but you got to take it and you got to take your time, which is probably why I'm not precise with it. Because once it's down, it's down. You're not going to get that. That piece is not going to peel off. That's how the directions show you to do it for Stampin' Up!, how I just did it. But once it's down, it's down. It's not coming up. Okay? Pause the video and I will come back and tell you how I did the rest of this. Okay, so now I'm back, and here we have this empty sheet. So what I like to do with this empty sheet is I kind of rip right here a little bit. I rip it enough so that I could start peeling. I don't want to actually rip that. I want to get the paper off. So what I do is I peel off some of the paper, and I peel it off this way too. So now I have this much of the paper peeled off, and then I'm going to take a pair of scissors. It doesn't really matter how much. I mean, you could be a little more fancier if you want or whatever, but I'm going to pick up, I'm going to snip, and I'm leaving that other sticky part down. This will all make sense in a minute. And I'm going to snip there, and I'm going to snip there, and this I'm just going to throw away. I don't need that. Then I'm going to remove these last few bits of pieces that I have here. And I'm going to take this piece, the sticky piece, because this is a good side. It's like a waxier, and this is like a different type of wax. I'm going to put this on the back side of this. They're both sticky, like this. Now, I got a little bubble there, but I'll just snip it and hopefully it'll go away. Now I'm taking this with this whole thing and I'm putting it inside here. The reasoning I'm doing this is because this sticky stuff is so sticky. I mean, it's wonderful, but it's very sticky. And over time, if it's sitting on your block sometimes, you will even have trouble if you leave it on your block for a little while and you try to peel it up. You want to make sure you get way under there. Even if you take like your pick tool and get under there with the flat spatula type to pick this up, because it sticks. It does not come off. Well, that's the same thing that happens when you leave them on here for too long. And you can literally rip these apart by leaving them in here like that too long. So what I've come to do, and if you want to go back and fix some of yours, use wax paper, because I've had to do that too, because that's when I realized, oh my gosh, these are sticking really bad. Even if I put them in this and have it risen, they do stick. I mean, this is nice, unless you keep this and stick it on here too, which you very well can do. You can just peel this piece of backing off and you could put that on top of this sheet like I'm doing right here. And then if you like to know, so if you're missing one or anything, you could do that. Then put them back in there. That would prevent a lot. I didn't think of that when I was starting to do it, but you can also just do this, and this is what I'd been doing. And the reason why I put the sticky on the back of that paper is because if you didn't, they all get kind of soggy and they would end up like drooping down all to the bottom, and you don't want that. So even if you have wax paper, you can go back and fix some. You just might have to use some double-sided tape, or if you got one to put together, there's still a bunch of sticky on this that you can use. I mean, this is just what I've been doing. Do what is best for you, but this is how I do it. But you certainly could peel this off and put it over top of that wax paper and put your pieces in it, and then they wouldn't fall around. But I just do this so that way they're easier to peel off. Even over time with the wax there, it just makes it easier to peel right off, and they don't fall. So you just push them down, and then when you need them, you just peel them up. So there you go. That's my quick thanks for stopping by.